Hello guys, this is Brian Tubbs coming at you with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about drill bits and how they can add up quickly in cost. As you can see on the table here, these are just some of the drill bits that I use on a daily basis. I have Hercules from Harbor Freight, really good drill bit. Some spare Hercules drill bits. DeWalt drill bits. Hercules step bits. A Bosch 1/2-inch drill bit. This is a Milwaukee high-speed 5/8 drill bit. This is a 1/2-inch. Milwaukee packs of bits, Milwaukee. Another pack of Milwaukee. I have drill bits everywhere. This is just a few of them. And it seems like every time I turn around, I'm having to go out and buy new drill bits because I drill through a lot of stainless steel, and stainless steel is very unforgiving when it comes to drill bits. I mean, I use the step bits. They pull one out so you can see. I use these step bits quite a bit because it makes it easier to go through stainless or mild steel core 10, because once you get to, say, the 1/4 inch bit here, and it'll jump down to the next one, it'll just keep eating its way through till you get down to the size that you want. But even these don't last that long on stainless steel. So when I first started buying these about maybe 5 years ago, they were like $29 for two. And then there's the 3-pack you could get for, maybe $22 or something like that. But now these two bits are right around 50 some dollars, even at Harbor Freight. 50 some dollars for 2 step bits. This bit was 50 some dollars. This bit is up to, I paid $16. It may have been last year for this 1/2-inch Bosch bit. I went back to Menards and it's $26, $27 now, which is absolutely crazy. And then this pack of bits is, I think it's right around $13, something like that. But that was, a couple months ago. I'll go back now, it could be double that price. But these, they're the Hercules bits. They go from 1/8 of an inch up to 3/8 of an inch. There's multiple bits in here. But you can still go through those fairly quickly. And oftentimes they'll break. If you don't have your angle right and you're going through stainless or mild steel, they will break. And sometimes I want to back my bit out slowly with the drill. You see, I'm using this, not using my drill press, and I try and go in reverse because the bit is not cutting through properly. The bits will break, and so you're really just throwing your money away. So about a month ago, I said there has to be a better way to do this. I mean, I'm buying drill bits all the time. I'm spending, probably a couple $1,000 at this point, at least, on drill bits. So I said there has to be a way to sharpen them. So I started, sharpening them on the grinder, but that wasn't getting it because my technique is not quite proper or nowhere near proper. So I was getting a little bit more of a cut after I did it on the grinder, but it just wasn't what I was looking for. And so one day I was in Menards, and they have what's called the Drill Doctor. I think it was a Drill Doctor 550 or something along that line. It would sharpen from, I think it was I don't know, maybe 1/8 to 3/16 up to a 1/2 inch or something like that. So they had it at Menards for $109. So I thought about it, said, well, maybe I can just give this a try. But then I went online and started, doing research on it, and guys were saying it just wasn't, up to par. Flimsy, made of plastic. You might get a good, sharpening. You might not, depending on how the thing was set up and all that kind of stuff from the manufacturer. And if you don't know how to set it up yourself, you're pretty much out of luck. So they had that one, and they had one that's a little bit higher than that. I think it's called a Pro Grade or something like that. So I looked at that one, and that was like $150, $175 or something like that. But the reviews on that one was not much better than the one for $109. So I said, there has to be something better. So I just started looking through, YouTube, just looking at videos and seeing what the best drill bit sharpener was for less than, I don't know if I said 500 or 1,000, I don't know what I said. But there was one, it's an orange unit by, I think it's Vevor, V-E-V-O-R. They sell them on Amazon. And people were really speaking highly of that particular drill bit sharpener. So I went on Amazon and started looking at it, and I think it was like $220 something or something like that. I said, I don't want to pay that much for a drill bit sharpener. But then I got to thinking about it. I pay that in a month just buying drill bits. So I started looking a little bit deeper, and so getting really good reviews on I think it's the Vevor, or it's not Vevor, I think it's Vevor. Like I said, V-E-V-O-R on Amazon. I think it was the M. What was that? I think it's the model M13A. And so I was just about to buy it, and I said, let me just look a little bit deeper. So I came across this drill bit sharpener. It's by MRCM, and it's their M13A drill bit sharpener. And so I was kind of going back and forth. While I keep hearing good things about the Vevor, I wonder if this is as good as the Vevor. So I did a little bit more research, and I found that Vevor has been around longer than MRCM. But I found out that MRCM makes the drill bit sharpeners for Vevor. So this company makes the drill bit sharpeners for the Vevor, which is the orange color machine that's identical to this. So this company specializes in drill bit sharpeners and other, kind of, high tech, kind of not high tech, but more stuff that goes along this, like manufacturing process machines and stuff like that. So this is what they specialize in. The Vevor just takes products from other manufacturers and they sell them. They sell a lot of different types of products, drills and hammers and everything else you can think of. Vevor sells them, but their name is just on them. But MRCM actually makes the unit that they sell. They're not really in competition with Vevor. It's either you buy the Vevor or you buy theirs. So I said, well, since they make the thing, why don't I just buy theirs? And so that's what I did. I bought this one. This is let me open this door here. It has all these collets in here, and I have 2 extra collets that extra collets that came with it for different sizes with drill bits. It goes from, if you SAE, it goes from 1/8 to 9/16 drill bit, size, or that will be 3 millimeters up to 15 millimeters. They sold another one that will go from I think it's 1/8 up to 5/8, and then they sell one that will go from 1/8 up to 3/4. But I don't use 3/4 that much, and I only use 5/8 every now and then. If I'm doing a sculpture, like for a sculpture garden or something like that, they'll want 5/8 holes, so they can put 5/8 concrete bolts in, which is fine. I have this drill bit, and I do it well enough that I can grind this on my grinder by hand if I need to. So I just didn't see spending the extra money to be able to, to grind a 5/8, and definitely not a 3/4 drill bit. So I just went with the one that will do up to 9/16, which is good enough for me, because most of my mounting holes are either 3/8 or 1/2 inch. I rarely go beyond that. Like I said, if I do go beyond that, it's 5/8, which is not a big deal. If I have to, I just go out and buy another 5/8 bit, because when you do a sculpture for like a sculpture, garden or something like that, you can afford to do that. So this, let me just open the instruction manual. I'm going to bring you guys in a little bit closer so you can see this thing. Okay, guys, so this is the unit. It runs off of course, 120. It's the Drill Bit Sharpener Model 13A by MRCM. I'm just going to kind of take you through some of the instructions. It will sharpen your point angle from 95 degrees to up to 135 degrees. And like these bits, it says right on the packet, 135 degree no walk fast start drill bits. So these are 135 degrees, and some drill bits are I think it's 118. It just depends on the drill bit you have. It has settings on here, and these are your settings for your drill bits. So let me just kind of set one up for you guys. So just say I'm gonna bring you in even closer just so you can see this. Okay guys, so the way this thing works, you have your drill bit, and what you do is you go into this compartment here and you find the collet size that you need. Like this is a 1/2 inch bit, so I'm gonna just put this in here because I know this is the 1/2 inch size. I'll put it in there to this collet. Just make sure it fits properly. And then what I'll do is take this portion out. And there's a little opening in here. You take this collet body, put it in. It locks in like that. Then you take and just screw this on gently, just lightly. And if you can see, there are flat spots on top and on the bottom, flat spots. And what you want to do is you want to put your drill bit in so that flat spot here and this flat spot lines up with the flat spots on this collet body. So just slide it in. Just kind of look at it, just making sure that flat spot is lining up with the flat spot here. And just kind of tighten it down a little bit. Don't tighten it down completely because you got to put it into this this portion here, this thing. So I'm just tightening it down. But I still want it to be able to move. All right. Okay, so if you can see that this is flat here and that's flat going across there. So that's what you want, just like that. Then I'm gonna take this. I can close the door now because I have the collet I need. I'm gonna take this. What I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna take this knob and take it to 0. All the way to 0. And now this is between 12 and 13. Between 12 and 13 on this collet, this hole here that I took it out of. So when I go over here, there are numbers on here. It goes from 0 up to, I think it's about 15 up here. So with the 1/2 inch bit, I'm gonna rotate this until I get to 13. There's an arrow here and there's a 13 there. So it's gonna be somewhere lined up close to there, somewhere in there. So as you can see, it's 13 here and the arrow is up here. So what I'm gonna do now, and the reason I take this to 0 is because I want this to reset in here. I want to just reset. Now let's take it back to 13 and it gets to proper depth. I'm just going to make sure this is flat and this is flat. I'm going to slide it into this hole. And this is loose enough that when I slid it in there, the drill bit adjusted back. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn this drill bit just a couple times, forward and back, till it locks into the top. Then I'm going to take and tighten this down. So by doing that, I know that's a drill bit, the flat cutting portion and the flats on this collet are the same, they're in line. So now what I do is I'll take it out of here and I'll go into this side. Now you probably can't see it. Maybe you can. There are numbers on here, on this thing slides, there's numbers on here. So it goes from 90 degrees up to 140 degrees on here. But I know that the drill bits that I'm using right now is 135 degrees. That's what it's set for. If I want to go 90 degrees, I'll just put the Allen wrench in here on this Allen head, and this whole thing will adjust. But it's at 135. So what I have to do now is take these flats, slide it into here, and this door opens if you want to see in there or whatever. This is the cutting wheel, this guy right here. They said it lasts forever, but when it runs out, it's like, I think it's $75. I think it's $75 for another wheel. But what you do, you take this on the flats and slide it in. I'll just let you guys see in here. If you can see that, when I slid it in and it seats in, it went to the wheel. And this is, it's not a diamond wheel. Let me get the proper name for it. I know it, but I'm forgetting. You can get this one comes with the CBN grinding wheel, which is suitable for grinding high speed steel material or drill bits. The SD grinding wheel is suitable for grinding the carbide material. So if you have carbide bits, you would buy the SD wheel. But since I'm just using the high-speed drill bits, I have the CBN wheel. I'm going to the instruction manual because I want to say everything correctly, because I'm not no expert at this. I just know it works. Like I say, as it slides in, it touches. And when you turn the motor on, all you'll be doing is rotating the drill bit back and forth like that, really slowly, and you'll hear it grinding. But when you can no longer hear it grinding, you know you're done with that side of the cutting edge. So what you do then, you take it out, rotate it, slide it back in, and you will start grinding the other side. Do the same thing, be rotating it back and forth until you no longer hear it grinding. And that means it has took the bit to the angle that you want and to the sharpness that you want. And then after you're done in this section, if you guys can see, they have 2 pins here, 1, 2, and you have the flat here. When you put this into the hole, you want that flat on this to line up with those 2 pins. And then what this is doing is it's shaping the lip on the drill bit. So you put it in there and you spin it a couple times, and you'll hear it grinding it, and then it'll stop. You won't hear anything. Take it out, turn it around into other flat side sets. Set the flat side and do the same thing. You're just gently turning this, and it's cutting the drill bit, to where it should be. So there's no overcutting, no undercutting. And then after you finish there, you take it out, loosen your collar, slide your drill bit in, put it in your drill press, and go to work. So let me just turn this on, just so you guys can kind of hear it. All right, so I'm gonna turn it on, slide it in, hopefully you guys can hear this. And all I'm doing is rotating my hand back and forth. I'll take it out, rotate this all the way. And go into it, I don't hear anymore. Then I take it out, put it at the top, might just flat on that lip, on those 2 pins. Just stick it down in there. And just turning it. Pull it out, rotate it, drop it back in. pull it out, turn the machine off. And if you can see, that is probably as good as you're going to get. I mean, maybe if you buy a $1,000 machine, it might do something different. I don't know. I don't know. I don't see how or whatever. But this is good enough for me. I can go right in and start drilling into, you know, a piece of stainless or whatever, and it'll just cut right through it. Well, all right, guys, there you have it. My new toy, my MRCM M13A Drill Bit Sharpener. I mean, it's solid, it's heavy, it is heavy. The drill doctor, you pick that thing up and you pick it up in your hand, almost go to the ceiling because it's so light. You're expecting something heavy, but it's really light. This, on the other hand, not so light. I mean, this is not light at all. It weighs 9 kilograms or 19.842 pounds. That's how heavy this thing is. It's just solid. I was listening to some reviews, and this really elderly gentleman who's been, you know, in manufacturing and sharpening drill bits and all that stuff. You know, I think he was a, I think he was tool and die. You know, when he worked for the company he worked for, the factory he worked for, and he said this thing is just, it blows his mind. It's absolutely incredible as to what it would do, and it only costs $249. Now, again, when I was looking at $249, I was saying, man, I don't want to spend that much money for a drill bit sharpener. But then, like I said, this was $50-some. A pack of these is $50-some. This half-inch drill bit, this Bosch, is $20-some. So in a month or two, I could have gone through all these drill bits and would have to be at a store buying more to replace them, because I can't be without drill bits because I drill too many holes. So when I looked at it that way, I said $250, that's nothing. There's no tax because you're getting it from Amazon. You have, I think it was 30 days to try it out. If you didn't like it, you send it back. So my 30th day was over and done with probably about 3 or 4 days ago, but I had no intention of returning this. I mean, you can't beat it. All right, guys, so again, this is the MRCM M13A Drill Bit Sharpener on Amazon. I think it's either $239 or $249, something like that. Could even be $226. It just depends. It comes with, you can get different things with them, but I just got the one wheel. You got all the collets, got the collet body. Got some extra collets, you know, for the larger, for the I think it's the 9/16. It's a larger collet body, of course. Like I say, this wheel, they say this thing lasts forever. But if you need a new wheel, you can buy the new wheel separate. I think it's $75 or something like that for the wheel. But I tell you, if you get one of these things and you figure out how to use it properly, because I'm still learning, but it will save you a ton of money over time. All right, guys, so I highly recommend this. I've had it for 30 days, but it is so solid and it does such a great job. I've had no problem with it. I've had nothing but success with it. So guys, as you can probably tell, I'm pretty excited about it. So I hope to see you guys on the next one. I'm not sure what I'll be working on next, but I hope to see you on the next video. And as usual, peace out.